looking like revenge, feeling like a 10, the best I ever been.
Ladies, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a first impressions review and tutorial of the new Anastasia Subculture palette. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I'm not very happy with this palette, and you guys will see more of like my first impression thoughts as I'm actually using these shadows. I did also purchase, I think, about 8 to 10 of the new Anastasia matte lipsticks as well. If you guys would like a swatch video of the ones that I purchased, definitely let me know down below. I have nothing but positive things to say about these lipsticks so far, but as far as this palette goes, I am really just let down and disappointed. I had to try this eye look 3 times before I was able to get it to work with me, and it's still not what I envisioned for this palette. This is not the look I envisioned. This is not the blend that I envisioned. So if you guys want to know exactly why I was let down or any other details, then definitely keep watching, because I will be letting it all out as I do the tutorial. Okay ladies, so like I was saying, the first part of this video is with this voiceover. So here you see me working with the first shade, which is Roxy, and it's this really nice peachy shade. It did have a significant amount of fallout, but when I applied it on my eye, on my lid, it did blend out very nicely, so I was surprised by that. After that, I went in with the color All Star, which I applied it. It looked more of like a magenta tone, but as you guys can see me blending it out, it does get a lot darker. It also did not blend out the best. It was very splotchy and patchy. You all can see some of the areas where the shadow did not take it all, and I'm just kind of trying to blend it out and work with it.
You put that in a video. For the phone, looking like a snack.
Shut up, nigga. It must be my hair or something. Just me.
Here you'll get done. Yeah.
And like I said, this take that you guys see here was actually my second time working with these shadows. The first time that I was working with these shadows, I actually wasn't recording and had to start over, and I was like, well, thank God, because the shadows look a hot mess anyway, and I thought that it was something that I was doing wrong. But here in take 2, you guys can see that I'm having to give it a little TLC to get the colors to even just blend a little bit. Okay, so after that, I'm going in with the darkest shade, Rowdy. In some areas, it looked like there's hardly no pigment. In other areas, the pigment just kind of went crazy, and I honestly really lost control of the shadow and basically had to start over.
Who was it made by?
Anastasia.
I thought they were good.
I did too, shit.
They probably just put out something just to put it out.
Maybe. It's like, it's not even taken right there. We're gonna start over. Okay, so I'm starting this process over. Originally, I did not plan to do a talk through, but just based off of how the shadows are performing so far, that I think I should talk through this to let you guys know exactly how everything is working or not working for me. I did the shadows the first time off camera, and it wasn't working with the Tarte Shape Tape and the Laura Mercier as an eyeshadow base. So then the clip that you guys just saw was me using the Maybelline and my Sacha Buttercup as a base to prime my lids, and the shadows still weren't taking, and it was just very patchy and splotchy. Not to mention the fallout is ridiculous. This is the 3rd time. Hopefully it works this time. I used the same concealer this time around to prime. The same Maybelline Fit Me, because it never really gives me any problems. It's really thin, so I shouldn't have any issues. And instead of setting with a loose powder, I just used the shade Dawn out of here and just applied that over the areas where the concealer, ouch. I already started applying the color. I think this is Roxy. There's fallout all over the names and I can't read them. And I'm using my Sigma E42 tapered blending brush to do this. So I'm just going to apply the shade first in my crease area and blend it up into my transition area. And this color is applying pretty good. It's just that the fallout from it is kind of like off the chain. So the next shade that I'm going to be grabbing is the shade All Star with my Sigma F63 airbrush blender brush. And I'm just going to take this into my crease. And once again, it's very patchy and it's not an even blend at all. And it's not taking, I'm trying here guys, I'm really trying. It's just not as seamless as previous Anastasia shadows have been, like, by any means. And honestly, comparing this palette to the Modern Renaissance, one thing I will say about that palette is that the shades did blend like butter. They're really good, really pigmented, and even though there was a lot of fallout, the shadow still did perform very well as far as like application goes. But this with the fallout and the application sucks. Like, and maybe it's just the colors that I'm choosing to use are the sucky ones. But I don't know, we're just gonna have to see. We're just gonna have to see. So once again, the shadows aren't taking. I don't know if it's me or something I'm doing. So now I'm taking the color Rowdy on my Sigma E38 brush, which is a diffused crease brush, and I'm applying it in my crease. Shout out to Sigma for the decent brushes. And then I'm going to take my E40 with a little bit of that All Star shade on it and keep it at the edge of where that Rowdy color is, but blend out those edges at the same time. Because I don't want to pull like the eyeshadows up too close to my brow bone. But I definitely need to get them blended out, so that will help do the trick. So going back in with that Rowdy shade again, I'm just going to deepen it up. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and put this all over my lid. I'm not going to experiment with the cut crease or anything like that today, just because I don't have time. Like, these shadows aren't doing what I need them to do. So I'm not going to even try to force a super like technical look. And I'm doing this all with that same E38 brush by Sigma. I also have a coupon code for you guys to get, I think, anywhere from like 10 to 20% off Sigma's brushes and all their products. And it's just my name, Kathryn. So definitely use that code. So next I'm mixing the shades Roxy and All Star at the same time. And I'm just gonna go back in and do what I was doing on the edges of that darker Rowdy color, just to make it more of a smoky and gradient effect. I'm just gonna add that back in there and clean that up. Okay guys, so now that I kind of have this going on, I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line. I'm going to start out with the color Roxy, and I'm taking my Sigma E36 blending brush, and it's really, really tiny. Okay, so now that I've gotten that peachy shade, then I'm going back in with All Star, and I'm just going to put this closer to my lash line. Okay, now I'm just going to go ahead and take this brush, and I'm just going to go up to the top and blend, because it's looking really patchy and not even. Okay guys, so next I'm going to take the color Adorn, and I'm going to put this in my inner corner. Just add a little something something. And this color is really stiff. I'm like, let me hold up this palette for you guys. I wasn't holding it because the fallout from here and here. But as you guys can see, when I tap this shade here, it's making dents into the color. It reminds me of the consistency of those shadows from the Huda Beauty palette. And let's see, it's not really giving. I just swiped it on my hand, you can't even see it. It's not giving a good payoff with a brush. So this is a shade I probably have to use with my fingers to really get it to work. which sucks because it was honestly one of my favorite colors. Just from looking at this palette and seeing it, I was like, I know that's gonna be one of my favorite shades. Alright ladies, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my mascara and lashes off camera, and then I'll be right back to apply my lipstick. So now for my lip color, this is Rust. I'm thinking Dead Roses is honestly probably going to be it, which I think will look really nice with this look. So yeah, my boyfriend is watching me. He like his back is to me, but as soon as I'm about to apply this, he just like turn around and he won't stop staring.
Why you calling your boyfriend though?
You're my boyfriend.
You didn't tell him?
I didn't tell him what?
You didn't tell him what? I'm your fiance.
You are not my fiance, Negro. Alright, so I'm going to add a darker shade around the perimeter. So I'm grabbing Rust. And so now guys, I'm just going to take some concealer and just clean my lip up. Okay ladies, so this is the finished look, full eyeshadow look with the Subculture palette, and then my lip is a combination of a few of the Anastasia new matte lipsticks. So far these lipsticks feel super comfortable. Even though they're matte, they don't feel overly stiff or anything like that. I'm able to talk comfortably and not have any issues. As far as the eyeshadows go, I had to do a lot of extra work, which I'm not used to having to do with Anastasia shadows, but I do plan on playing around with a few more of the shades that I didn't get to use today. So maybe some of these like blues and teals and greens and yellows, just to see if maybe it was the ones I was using, because I know sometimes in a palette there are those few shadows that don't work too well, and maybe I just chose all the ones that didn't work too well. So I'm definitely going to give each individual shadow a fair shot before I just completely write this entire palette off. But I hope you guys enjoyed this like first impressions review and tutorial. If you guys have this palette and you've tried it, leave your thoughts down below. If you haven't gotten yours yet or haven't gotten to try it, let me know what you're thinking or what you're expecting to happen with your own palette, because I'm pretty much seeing mixed reviews. People either love it or they don't love it at all, and I'm hoping that it's just that maybe some of us got a bad batch and the palette is actually pretty decent, just because I know how hard Norvina works on all of their products, and I hope that the fluke just came from possibly manufacturing like so many palettes, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so anyway, with all of that stuff said, I can ramble on forever. I hope you ladies enjoyed this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and also turn on my post notifications so you all never miss any of my uploads. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in my next one.